Hey everyone, Piano Man Chuck here, and I'm here today with both the Kawai ES8 and the Nord Piano 4. Now, the prices on these two are a little bit different. The Kawai ES8 is around $2,000 US, and the Nord Piano 4 is around $2,999 US. So there's a $1,000 difference here. And I want to go through why there's differences, as well as compare pianos on the Kawai SK pianos on here, as well as the Kawai pianos on the Nord. Yes, we have Kawai pianos on the Nord. Whereas where you buy a piano from Kawai or even Yamaha, they're only going to include their own pianos. So Kawai is only going to include Kawai pianos. Whereas Nord, since they're not a manufacturer of pianos or acoustic pianos, you can get anything. Kawai, Fazioli, Bosendorfer, Yamaha, anything. So anyway, let's go ahead with this and let's take a look at the differences between this, as well as compare the Kawai pianos from each one of these. Now, the Kawai over here, the ES8, comes with 38 different presets, whereas the Nord comes with about 400 different presets. So the Kawai, you have these sections: piano 1, piano 2, electric piano, organ, harpsichord and mallets, strings and choir, and bass. Whereas with the Nord, you have a piano section and a sample synth section. And the sample synth section is everything else that's not piano or harpsichord or electric piano or clavinet. So the piano section includes those things, and the sample synth section includes everything else. Now, when you have a Nord, everything is replaceable. You can go to the Nord website for life and download whatever sounds they come out with for life. So if they come out with a new piano sound, you can download that and put that on the piano. Whereas the Kawai, it's fixed. Whatever you get is what you get for life. You cannot change the sounds on that. So, user downloadable sounds on this for life. And again, on the Nord, you've got like Steinway and Bosendorfer and Yamaha and Kawai and Fazioli and so on and so forth. Whereas on the Kawai, you've got the Kawai EX, the Kawai SK-EX, and the SK5. Whereas on the Nord, one of the samples I downloaded is the Kawai SK7. So right now, let's see. I'm on the Kawai EX Concert Grand. That's not what I want to be on. Let me go ahead and change it. Okay, I'm on the Kawai SK5 Grand Piano right now. And on the Nord, I am on what they call the Silver Grand, which is the Kawai SK7. So, again, the Kawai, you get Kawai. On the Nord, you can get anything you want, but I have it loaded for the Kawai SK7, which is a 7-foot, 7-inch grand piano. It's kind of a medium-sized concert grand, which is really cool. So some of the other differences with the Nord, you've got this really crisp, big OLED display, whereas with the Kawai, you've got this really small, two-line character-based display. On the Nord, everything is available right here on the panel with more overall control over the piano sound live than you have with Kawai. But Kawai has a little bit more control available to you. The difference is it's going to take some time. So you got to go through menus. Everything on the Kawai is menus. So if you want to adjust EQ, you've got to go to the menu, got to get to the EQ section, and then you got to go ahead and change things. Whereas with the Nord, there's an EQ section right here. All I got to do is turn it on, and I'm in the EQ section. I can adjust bass and mid-range and treble. And not just mid, but I have a sweepable mid-range here too. Now, if I want to do the same thing with Kawai, I go into the menu section. These are some of the tone controls, you know. But if I go into user EQ, then I can go ahead and make some other changes over there too. So it's a little bit different. So the difference between the two is basically the Kawai is excellent for your home or project or professional studio, whereas the Nord is built for live piano. When you're doing live, you want to go through menus. You do want to be able to have everything available to you at your fingertips. When you're live, you want to be able to choose what piano suits the room you're in or the band you're playing with. And when you're with the Kawai, you're basically limited to Kawai pianos. Now, as far as layering each one of these, the Kawai, basically, you see these different groups over here. Piano 1, Piano 2, electric piano, organ, harp, C and mallets, strings and choir, and bass. So if you want to layer, you're going to hold down one of these and hit another. So two are lit up. So now I've got my piano and strings choir. So whereas on the Nord, I just turn on the sample synth section, pick whatever I want to layer it with. And if I want to adjust the volume of either section, whether it's piano or the other instrument, it's real easy. I just adjust the volume control. Whereas if I want to do the same thing here, I have to go into a menu to adjust the volume of each different layer. So, a lot more work. And again, if you're doing studio work, you have all the time to set this up. If you're doing live, you want to do this as fast as possible. But again, if you're in the studio, you can use either. You can get to all those controls much faster on the Nord than you can with the Kawai. But you have more control with the Kawai as far as their virtual technician there. For example, the piano lid on a concert piano. You can adjust that fully open or half or closed. You can't do that on this. Okay. Now another difference between the two. The Kawai has a built-in amp and speakers, and it's pretty good. So you can actually bring this to a small gig. You don't need to bring an amp and speakers if it's small. If you're in a living room or a small coffee house or anything like this, this is all you need to bring. It's 49 pounds. Whereas if you want to do the same thing with the Nord is only 40.1 pounds, but you're going to have to bring an amp and speakers to be able to do the same thing. The Nord is purely a professional stage piano, and most of those do not have built-in amp and speakers. Now, the built-in amp and speakers on the Kawai, they're really good compared to the built-in speakers on most other digital pianos that are portable with built-in speakers and amp. This is really good. And they're both solid metal. They're built like tanks. So either one is going to suit you well. And as far as the keyboard action, They're both really good, and both have, you know, changeable user touch or velocity. So you have, if you like a light touch, you can adjust either one, or if you like a heavy touch, either one can be adjusted. And again, to do that with the Kawai, you have to go through menus, whereas with the Nord, it's right here, keyboard touch. It's really cool. I love that feature. So nothing to think about on the Nord. Everything, once you get used to the knobs and buttons, you are all set. Here, you're going to have to get used to the menus and which menus you want for what and how to go through the menus. But again, you'll have more control over your piano with Kawai's Virtual Technician menu than you will with the Nord. And also, while each of these has the USB Type-B connections, where you can take your USB cable from either of these and hook it up to your computer, so you have DAW control or whatever thing else. You can use this as a controller to VSTs or whatever. The Kawai also has a USB Type-A connection on the front here. So you can hook a USB thumb drive here and you can record your performance. Actually, it's a 2-song recorder, so you can actually even overdub. The Nord does not have that. It's strictly a professional stage piano and does not have that feature. The Kawai also has a rhythm section, so you can choose a rhythm track to accompany you. The Nord does not have that. The Kawai has overdubs, so you can go ahead and play something, and while you're playing it back, you can add something else. Again, the Nord does not have that. So the Kawai has a 2-track recorder as well. The Nord does not. So basically, with Kawai, as far as the sounds and pianos, you get some great sounds and pianos here. But with the Nord, you get so much more. As it comes with everything that's preloaded, you get up to 264 sounds in their sample synth section. That's way beyond what you get here. Plus all the pianos that you have here. You have grand pianos and console pianos and upright pianos and claves and harpsichords and so on and so forth. And again, since I have downloadable pianos here, I've set this up for the Silver Grand, which is the Kawai SK7, and this is set for the Kawai SK5 right now. Okay. So there you have it, the differences between the two and a comparison between the Kawai SK5 that's built in here and the Kawai SK7 that I downloaded from the Nord website. Hope this has been of help to you. Piano Man Chuck, peace out. Thanks for watching.